Zeus may be king of the gods, but there was one titan he never truly defeated. You might know the story. After the titan Prometheus stole fire from Olympus and gave it to humans, Zeus chained him to a rock where an eagle would eat his liver every day for all eternity. But that's just a small part of the story, because while Zeus definitely punished Prometheus, the truth is, he also secretly feared him. And when you hear what Prometheus did, you'll understand why. This is the story of how Prometheus became Zeus' biggest fear, told only in the deepest parts of Mount Olympus. If you enjoyed this episode and want to help us reach more people with ancient stories like these, then please click the like button below and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave us a comment with your thoughts on the story. We love hearing what you have to say. And if you have a story you want to see us cover, then let us know in the comments or send us a message. But now let's travel back to ancient Greece and uncover the secret story of how Prometheus became Zeus' greatest fear. Prometheus was not supposed to become Zeus' greatest fear. In fact, at one point he was actually on Team Zeus. During the war between the Titans and the gods, Prometheus fought alongside the gods. He was brave, strong, and quick-witted, able to come up with clever solutions in the heat of battle. One story even says that he killed the monstrous Typhon, who was the last of the Titans to oppose Zeus. So it seems natural that after winning the war, Zeus would favor Prometheus. But something happened between them that made the Titan turn against the king of the gods. And what that thing was has been lost to time. Only rumors remain, whispers of a prophecy or a betrayal, or maybe it was simply Prometheus' desire to protect humanity. Whatever the reason, he made an enemy in Zeus that he could not defeat in battle, so he had to use his mind. When Zeus decided that he wanted to punish humanity, Prometheus knew that it wasn't right. It wasn't fair, and it went against everything he believed in. And so he defied the king of the god. Now, you might think that stealing fire was a bold move for a titan, and it was. But the truth is, Prometheus didn't do it out of anger. He did it because he loved humanity. At the time, there were simple people living in caves, trying to survive in a world full of danger. They didn't have any weapons, no way to defend themselves. And so Prometheus felt sorry for them. He wanted to help them, and that's why he stole fire from Olympus and gave it to the humans. It wasn't about being angry at Zeus or trying to take revenge. It was about helping those who needed it most. And yet Zeus was furious. He was enraged by the theft and he wanted to punish Prometheus. But he couldn't get to him. See, Prometheus wasn't just any titan. He was the titan of wisdom and foresight. He was cunning and intelligent, and he always seemed to be one step ahead of Zeus. Every time the king of the gods thought he had him, he managed to escape. He could predict what Zeus was going to do before he even thought of it. And that drove Zeus crazy. He couldn't understand it. How could a mere titan be smarter than him? How could he be outsmarted by a creature that was supposed to be inferior to him? That's why Zeus hated Prometheus so much. It wasn't because he stole fire or helped humanity. It was because he exposed the king of the gods' weakness. He showed everyone that Zeus wasn't all-knowing. He wasn't invincible, and that's what really angered him. The king of the gods couldn't accept being outsmarted by a titan, so he had to prove that he was still in charge. He had to show everyone that he wasn't going to be humiliated like that. And so he did what he did best. He unleashed his wrath upon the titans. He sent monsters to hunt them down, heroes to kill them. And yet none of it worked. Prometheus was too smart. He was always prepared, always ready for whatever Zeus threw at him. And that drove the king of the gods mad. He couldn't understand how the Titan was able to predict his every move. He couldn't understand how he was able to escape his and so he decided to do something that would shock even the other gods. He chained Prometheus to a rock and sent an eagle to eat his liver every day for all eternity. He made an example out of it. He wanted to show everyone that no one could defy him and get away with it. And for a moment it worked. The other Titans learned their lesson. They knew not to cross the king of the gods. But in the long run, it didn't matter, because while Zeus may have won the battle, Prometheus won the war. You might be wondering how, but let me explain. While Zeus was able to punish Prometheus, he couldn't break him. He couldn't make him beg for mercy. He couldn't make him betray the Titans. And that's because Prometheus was more than just a Titan. He was a symbol of hope. He represented everything that Zeus was trying to destroy, everything that the gods were trying to erase. And that's why Prometheus refused to give up. He endured the pain every day, knowing that it was for a greater cause. And that's what inspired humanity. He showed them that they didn't have to give up, that they didn't have to submit to the gods. And that's what started the war between them. It didn't happen overnight, but slowly over time, humanity began to fight back. They weren't successful at first, but little by little, they got stronger and braver. They started to win battles, to defeat monsters, to claim victories, and all the while, Prometheus watched over them, guiding them, helping them in any way he could. And eventually it paid off. Humanity won the war. They were victorious. And it was all thanks to Prometheus. He had shown them the way. He had given them the hope that they needed, and now they were paying him back. But Zeus didn't realize this at first. He thought that he had defeated the Titans once and for all. He thought that he was in control, that nothing could stop him. But then he saw what was happening. He saw how humanity was rising up, how they were fighting back. And he knew that Prometheus had won. The king of the gods had been defeated, but he didn't give up. He tried everything he could to stop humanity, but it was too late. They were unstoppable. And that's when Zeus realized that he had lost. He had lost to a titan that he had once favored. He had lost to a titan that he had once called friend, and he hated it. He hated Prometheus for showing him that he wasn't all-knowing, for showing him that he wasn't invincible, and most of all, he hated him for showing him that he wasn't as powerful as he thought he was. So what did Zeus do? How did he deal with the fact that he had been defeated by a titan? He did what he did best. He blamed someone else. He blamed the other gods, saying that they weren't doing enough, that they weren't helping him. And maybe they weren't. Maybe they were tired of the constant fighting, tired of the endless battles, tired of the never-ending war. But the truth is, Zeus didn't want to hear that. He didn't want to admit that he had made a mistake. He didn't want to admit that he had been ups. And so he kept blaming the others, even though it wasn't their fault. It was his fault. He was the one who had started the war. He was the one who had chained Prometheus to that rock. He was the one who had unleashed hell on Earth, and yet he couldn't admit it. He couldn't apologize. He couldn't make things right. And that's why he's still afraid of Prometheus. Because he knows that the Titan was right. He knows that he's not all-knowing, that he's not invincible, and that he's not as powerful as he thinks he is. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, then please click the like button below and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave us a comment with your thoughts on the story. We love hearing what you have to say. And if you have a story you want to see us cover, let us know in the comments or send us a message. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.